the universe, my guides, my angels, your angels, because all one, we're all connected, you know. My angels are your angels are my angels. We're all connected. We're one expression of life. But do I have a reading for you? Ooh la la, you know. Also channeling for you with the collective consciousness that I channel that call themselves Smile. So this you want to hear this. You want to hear this, you know. But if you come here, welcome. I'm Adrian, your psychic tarot reader. I believe there's a message here for you. There's a guidance, clarity, answer. So whether you are, you know, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascending, whether you're on the cusp, whether you're a cross watcher, I believe that you've come here because there's a reason for you. So welcome. Okay. Um, Remember, these messages are general. Take them as they resonate. Focus period 1 till 7 May, or you know, whenever you see this the right time for you. We're going to get right into the readings. I don't like to take a lot of time before I get started. And the energy that came out for you is the energy of Athena, protectress, ancient Greek mythology energy. Now, Athena is a very interesting sort of energy. She was kind of born of Zeus, from the head of Zeus. And as the story goes, that Zeus basically swallowed her mother, called Metis, and Metis was the goddess of wisdom. And then so Athena said, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to stay inside Zeus's head. Sort of came from there, expanded from there, pretty much did whatever she wanted to do, and was very much embraced by the energy of Zeus as well. So, so all of you might know that Zeus was the big dude, you know? And Athena is the energy of success, clever success, superiority. But for many of you, if you are looking at this right now, it might mean that there's a little bit of a personal battle that's going on inside of you, maybe with yourself, with others, kind of feeling like life is kind of pulling you in two different directions here at the moment. And, you know, I even saw it with the rest of your reading. You're going to see when we do the rest of your reading as well. For many of you, you are feeling at this particular point in time sort of like you're on that balancing scale of the one moment you're winning and the one moment you're losing. And I feel that for some of you, it's sort of beginning to venture in the direction of feeling that you are beginning to lose maybe more consistently as opposed to winning. And we're going to look into your tarot and see why that is. All right. We're also going to end off your reading by looking at love, because everybody want to know about love. And you know what? Love is a superpower, especially for you, Cancer, because when you have love, you have everything. You know, when you have that beautiful, positive, reciprocated love, it's like it unlocks the magic inside of you, which is why I want to help you to get that. You also have the mutable moon, and the mutable moon is letting you know that nothing is set in stone there from the Moonology deck. Now, in astrology, you have sort of like three called what is called quadruplicities, and you have got the cardinal signs, the fixed signs, and the mutable signs. And the mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. So maybe you're dealing with one of those energies. Maybe you got one of those energies strongly in your chart. But a mutable energy is basically letting you know that nothing is set in stone. These are the pliable energies, the ones that can be changed, the ones that are more open to change, you know? And let's be honest about things, Cancer. Sometimes you will think of yourself as a very changeable sort of energy, but in many ways you are not that changeable, because remember, you know, just because we say you're not changeable doesn't mean that you are stubborn or stuck in your ways. It's just a bit more difficult sometimes for you, Cancer, beautiful energy that you are. It's very difficult sometimes for you to deal with change, you know, and when it's difficult to deal with something like change in your case, for example, sometimes when there is change, even if it's really, really positive change, without meaning to do so, but just by your very nature, you can rebel against that change. And then you start saying, remember, we create sorry, our own experience of life. So when it's difficult to deal with that change sometimes, you can sometimes begin to almost create conflict from your energy for yourself, to almost like make yourself reach that realization that maybe you made the wrong move. Okay, so just be mindful of that, because I can see that some of you might be doing that. And a good question to ask yourself sometimes when the problems are coming up is, am I creating this from a point of fear? You know, is this legitimate communication from source, or is this fear that is sort of like, you know, showing out its head over here? All right. From your recent past energy there that we've got for your Cancer, we have got harmony there in the recent past, which is the Ten of Cups basically, Five of Totality, which is the Five of Wands, and the Two of Schizophrenia, which is the Two of Swords. All right. So what I can see is that for many of you, now remember the reading is general, so take it as it resonates, but what I can see for many of you beautiful Cancerians or cross watchers is that I can see that you were in line with your universal flow, you were in line with source, you were in line with communication, you were in line with divine flow, you were very much in line. All right. Your inner world and your outer world was balancing. You were following your intuition. You were following your guidance. You were in the flow. And I can see that all of that led to very, very positive sort of like experience of life. All of that. Very beautiful, very positive. It's even interesting that I'm wearing this bracelet at the moment. This is lava rock. And lava rock is it's very calming. You know, it's beautiful. It's very, very calming. And what I would even do sometimes, if I, for example, do like a healing session, a crystal healing session, a Reiki session, normally combine the two, but especially something like a regression hypnosis session, and somebody's very overwhelmed with what they're facing, I will bring lava rock into the session because it helps to calm you. So there is a good energy. Maybe if you want to buy yourself a crystal, or if you just want to open yourself to an energy, you can open yourself to the energy, beautiful Cancerians, of lava rock, because it helps you to become more clear. It helps to balance the emotions. And as you balance the emotions, clarity steps forward for you. Okay. So I see that for some of you, one of the challenges that you may have had there in the recent past could be that you had to sort of place maybe some of your faith in other people. And maybe for some of you, that experience didn't go down as well as you would have liked it to go down well, you know. Maybe a bit of difficulty there with trusting people. Some of you could have maybe really overwhelmed yourself because you maybe felt that you had to be the one that does everything. Um, but I can also see that there was a very powerful lesson for you that, you know, that presented itself there for you to learn in the recent past there with schizophrenia. And this card, this Two of Swords energy card, this card is really about, as you can see, that there's a character that is holding on the one side, sort of like with the tips of the fingers, and on the other side with the tips of the toes, you know. And this is one of those spaces in life where you go like, oops, oopsie daisy, you know, what did I get myself into, you know? And at the bottom here, here's the clouds, here's the clarity, there's the softness, there's the kindness. But this is a bit of it's a bit of an ocean sort of space, you know, where you go like, okay, what do I need to do to sort of get myself out of the sticky situation? Do I release my feet first and then fall down with my face? Do I release my face first? Will I be able to sort of like, you know, hold on with my fingers there, claw? And it's a sort of space where, and I feel that some of you could have been in that space recently. And this could also have been very much affected by all of the solar flares that are going on. Very, very challenging space because there's so much happening in energy at the moment. You know, 3D to 5D is in full swing. And for a gentle energy such as yourself, Cancer, it's a very difficult, almost conflicting, overwhelming energy to be dealing with at the moment. And I feel that for some of you, you got this lesson, some of you in the space of still getting this, where it's better to actually release and let go and sort of allow sort of that higher power to, you know, to sort of like show the way to you. And a lot of times it's difficult to do that, especially for, you know, for an energy such as yourself, Cancer, because, you know, for you, as you said in the beginning of your reading, you don't always deal with change very well, even if it's positive change, you know. In your current space, and this is good news, you've got the Three of Celebrations, which is the Three of Cups. And remember that Cups is all about your relationship with others, how you merge with others. Cups is sort of like how you merge from the outer world, from the inner world, how it connects with the outer world. And then there's the mind, which is a swords energy, it's a air energy, and 10 suppression, which is the 10 of wands. All right. So some of you are doubting yourself in this space, all right? Some of you are in a space where you are thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, am I on track? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I in the right flow? Am I doing things good enough, well enough? Shouldn't I do something different? Shouldn't I kill myself a little bit more? Some of you are in that space. But I feel that for many of you, and this is so beautiful, you are also in that space of alignment with your soul family. Now, something to remember, and this can be so challenging, is that when we sort of go into that next level in life, there is that period where we sometimes feel alone, where we feel separated from others, where we feel separated from source, where you almost feel like you're alone in the dark and some shadow might be chasing you. But what happens a lot of times is that there's that sort of, and especially for you, Cancer, this is something that can happen, especially for you or the more gentle energies, even if you just have a strong Cancer in your chart, even Pisces, that you sometimes hold on to things so much that it becomes a challenge for you. And so if you are challenged at the moment, it feels like everything is just going wrong. You're like, it seemed like everything was in a good flow. Now it feels like everything is just falling apart and you're like, what on earth is going on? It's a surrender space. And surrender in itself can be difficult because surrender means that you release yourself to the outcome, but you don't quite know what the outcome can be or gonna be. But you can surrender to source to that, and you say, I surrender, I surrender all, I surrender all to thee, my blessed Savior, I surrender all. And you don't have to be Christian or even religious in order to do that surrender. It's a surrender to that higher power, that higher source, whatever you call that higher source. I call it source of all. Many people call it God, call it many different names. It's about saying I'm surrendering, but I'm surrendering to the highest good. As I always like to encourage, everyone, students, people, clients, whatever. You can go with the flow, but set yourself to the flow that you are releasing to. Surrender to the highest good. And then you can let go because you're surrendering to the highest good. But there is a connection here with your soul family. So there might be people suddenly coming into your life. There might also be certain people suddenly leaving your life. And it's not because you bad, they bad. It's just that certain people has fulfilled their roles. And now it's time for them to go and it's time for new energies to come in. All right. It might be very challenging for many of you at this particular point in time, Cancer, but try not to hold on to anything or anyone. All right. There's a lot of changes that may come about for you. There's a lot of overwhelm for many of you that could be happening at this place at the time. Again, be very careful of overthinking because I feel that you're in the right track, you're in the right flow where you are where you are meant to be. So be careful of overthinking. And one of the main reasons why you want to be so careful of overthinking is because overthinking tends to go into a negative space because it brings your vibe down. And remember, in order to be able to receive the beautiful goodies in life, you need to be on that high vibing flow. All right. Also with suppression over there, a lot of you are releasing a lot of ties that are holding you back, a lot of false belief, false ideas, false ideologies. And I just wanted to show it to you like that. Remember that there in the recent past, we had that release. Look at that. You are flowing into that cloudy space, into that cloudy space. So solutions are available. They are presenting themselves to you in your life. There's a lot of past changes that may take place for a lot of you. And I want you to remember, if you remember nothing from this reading, the one thing I want you to remember is that Source has got your back. Source has got you. Okay? Some of you might be interested in learning more about life, and something that's very amazing for that is my step-by-step tarot reading course, because tarot is about life. It's about the law of attraction. It's about manifestation. It's about understanding cause and effect. It's about understanding the laws of the universe. It's not really about cards. The cards is a representation of that. In the same way that we as human beings are a physical representation of universal possibility. we are by being, you are a winner already, because you come from these two tiny parts and you form a whole human being. So a lot of times we're born into this world and we feel that we have to do something in order to be worthy or to be deserving, but you are born worthy. The mere fact of your birth is an expression of you winning because of the multiple possibilities that you could have been. The version that came about is you. And if you are open to going to that next level, to expressing yourself, to feeling that, oh yeah, by the way, the link for the course is down below in the description. I also have a link for my free Oracle card course. But if you are open to experiencing that greatness of what life can be, living your potential, then I encourage you to place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and accept it for yourself. Claim that for yourself. All right? Let us know in the comments. You leave a comment, I place a heart there. It's to say thank you, but it's also send you love. I also really appreciate likes and subscriptions because it helps my channel to grow. But there's a release taking place over here. So for those of you that are experiencing that overwhelm, know that you are experiencing that overwhelm because there's a release taking place over here. Try not to hold on to things with that overthinking, because when we overthink, we sometimes go into that lower vibe and we take ourselves out of the space that we need to be in to receive. Okay? Because remember, you can only receive that which you acknowledge from within. So in order to be able to receive from the universe, you need to be on that level where you can receive, and that is a higher vibe. All right? Also, for many of you, something that you want to be aware of is that when we overthink and we go into overthinking, we can sometimes begin to create problems for ourselves. All right. So where are you heading going forward? There's 7 stress. I really love the Osho Zen Tarot deck, but I do feel that this card is not really sort of portrayed in the best possible way in what it is that it's trying to communicate. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that right now. But the other cards we have, there's the transformation energy, which is more known as the death card energy, number 13, which is actually a lucky number, because at number 13, 1 is about new beginnings, 3 is about, 3 is known as the heavenly number. It's also a feminine number. It's the allness of who we are. And 1 plus 3 is 4, which is about stability. And then we have got inner voice there, which in traditional tarot is known as the high priestess, moon energy, needs. It's about emotions, okay? So, sorry. I do feel, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like to sugarcoat things. I do feel that some of you are maybe glorifying troubles, challenges. You want to be mindful of that. I get to see also going forward, and I love this. Going forward, a lot of you, I feel, are beginning to see that a lot of the things that you were worried about are actually things that you didn't have to be worried about. I really love that for you. And that is also why you are so strongly encouraged not to bother with overthinking at the moment, because a lot of the things that you are concerned about, a lot of the things that you are afraid that's going to happen, I see those things kind of like poof going up in smoke. Okay? As we said, there's a space of transformation and it has started. And yes, change can be challenging, especially for you. It's coming up over and over and over, but you are going to that next level of consciousness. And sometimes that is difficult because it is a bit about going up against the grain. It is a little bit like swimming upwards. All right, let's clarify for you beautiful Cancerians. Let's clarify that recent past for you over there. Because I feel that for the reason why some of you are feeling so discouraged at the moment, for those of you that are, and some days you're good and then another day you're not so good. So it's almost like very flippity-floppity happening over there. But what's happening is that it's a new change, and the human mind likes to hold on to things. So, you go forward, you go growth, and then the mind goes like, oh, but this and oh, but that. So, it's just the challenges with growth. Okay. But let's look at that recent past. But again, and it keeps on coming through. It's like I need to say this to you over and over. You are on a very positive path. Look at this. Okay, okay. So. Recent past there, you got the Magician, which is that Mercury energy, which is about communication. It's about ideas, and then you have got this beautiful energy over here, which is the Temperance energy, which is the Sagittarius energy. It's about knowledge, it's about philosophy, it's about the next levels. And then you also got the 9 of Pentacles over here. So this is all speaking about success. This is all speaking about potential. I feel that many of you have sort of like unlocked your treasure, sorry, yeah, I've unlocked sort of like your why am I lisping? Treasure, sorry. I've unlocked your treasure chest there of your, it's almost like your gifts, like your spiritual gifts, like gifts. It's almost like whatever you've been doing, you've unlocked this new level of power, of energy. And some of you can find that your energy is very on point these days, that you get certain things and they're just so clear and they're just so right, and maybe very profound dreams. But some of you were still, that energy was still being integrated. And I can feel that you were in the flow and that it was all working and it was all really great and it's all really fantastic. Now remember, when we're open to a new level of energy and a new level of flow, it brings new potential to us. But sometimes that new potential also, there's growing pains, because sometimes as we grow, we sort of still realize the things that are holding us back. It's like a lot of times people say, I want a perfect love, or I want money, or I want a perfect dream job, or whatever. And then you get it, and then the things that are still sort of like in conflict with that, the unhealed patterns that are still in conflict with that, those patterns are showing up. And so for some of you, those patterns are showing up in full force, like unhealed patterns are showing up like nobody's business. But the fact that they're showing up also means that you can heal them. All right. And for any of you that are doing your own thing, courses, business, entrepreneurship, whatever it is, I can see that that's going to next levels for you. So those of you especially that are concerned about money and things like that, you're going to that next level of success. All right. And that next level of success can be very difficult for, sometimes, because, and the thing is, when we, especially you, Cancer, when you've been in a space where you really try to make ends work, you really try to get to from this level to the next level, maybe you were just concerned about making your next payments, rent, car, those sort of things, bills. For you to then suddenly be in a space where things are working out, it can still take a little bit of time to merge into that energy where you don't have to worry about certain things, where you can sleep more peacefully at night. Okay? Give yourself that time. In your current space, again, be very careful of creating, self-fulfilling prophecies that don't serve your highest good. We've got the Seven of Swords, we've got the Nine of Wands, and we've got the Six of Cups. All right? Some of you may have gotten yourself into a bit of drama there recently. Other people's stuff, maybe I don't like that person, I don't like their energy, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And maybe you've kind of gone a bit far with that. Be mindful of buying into drama. All right. There's some healing that's taking place here. There's some inner child healing. There's some childhood wounds here. I feel that for some of you, there is a lot of pain, a lot of patterns coming up, things that you thought that you dealt with that are now coming out. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go of the previous version of yourself to let the new version in. I feel that some of you need to give yourself that permission to understand and to say, I've done the best that I could with the knowledge and the understanding that I had, but now it's time to go to that next level. And as you forgive yourself for that previous version, you make space for that new version of you to come in. Okay? To release. A lot of you are releasing a lot of baggage that you've been carrying with you through life. All right. Let's see what we've got for what is coming towards you. Because for some of you, yes. Beautiful stability that's coming out here for many, many, many of you. Look at that. Beautiful stability with money, breakthroughs with money, breakthroughs with love, breakthroughs in peace. Some of you are thinking that, oh my goodness, is this where things are going to end for me? Is this the end of the road for me? But this is a powerful new start, sudden influx, a sudden offers, money, love, peace of mind, harmony. A lot of you are worried. You might think that you'd like to do certain things, but you might think that it's going to take so long and it's going to be so difficult and it's going to be so challenging. No. Because of that healing taking place, and especially with you being encouraged to sort of just go with that flow and let that old go and be open to new, that is how you're letting in beautiful, beautiful breakthroughs with life, with love, with money. For many of you, your dreams are about to come true in ways that are faster than you possibly could have imagined. Again, you like that, you place your hand on your heart, you take a nice deep breath, accept it for yourself. Okay, let's see what we've got for you with love. Love, 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 love. Because remember, for you, Cancer, love is a superpower, all right? And even transformation, they're coming up. A lot of you needed to learn some lessons in love, and now you're moving on from there to experience the beauty of what is available. You know, for some of you, you might be in a space where you're not sure, you know, do you go back to that person? Are you done with that person? What's going on? Hangman there in reverse. Maybe some of you are dealing with the Neptune energy there, you know, where you are getting that flow of who you're going to be with. Some of you are having some difficulties with faith there, that you're going to find that love. I feel that for some of you, you were like, well, you know, I'm never going to find that love. And I don't feel that that is true for you. You know, I have to be honest. I don't feel that that is true for you. With that Hangman, Emperor in reverse, Aries energy, maybe you're dealing with an Aries. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo there with that Sun energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Pisces, a Virgo possibly. Very sort of trippy energy here. You know, remember we were speaking about that mutable energy there in the beginning. Nothing is set in stone. So maybe for some of you, you are dealing with the energy where you feel, well, maybe this person is done with you, Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, or Pisces, where you can maybe feel like this person is done with you. I feel that some of you have given up on a connection. You said, well, not going to work, not going to work. Well, I see that it's very possible for it to work. And you may not even need to approach this person. You may be in a space where the person comes to you. Okay? Let's see what we got. There's two cards presenting themselves. Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. You've gone through a lot of pain, Cancer, a lot of challenges. But now I feel that you're ready to start something new. So for those of you that are in a very crappy relationship, you know, or for those of you that are feeling that, well, maybe you're going to be alone forever, or you're feeling a bit lonely, there's an opportunity to start something really beautiful, really new, and very healthy. And let's draw your final card that brings you a lot of peace of mind. All right? And, sorry, peace of mind is such a powerful thing. Because when you have inner peace, then your life just flows, because then you're in the flow of your perfect soul plan, life plan, abundance. And I feel for many of you, this is what you're getting. And so don't be closed off to love. Don't feel you're not going to get it, because I feel it's coming and it brings you beautiful harmony. So some of you have given up. I can see that. You were like, never going to happen. I'm going to be a spinster. I'm going to be a bachelor. I'm just going to be like that. I'm going to get myself a cat and a, you know, couple of cactuses. I don't have to take too much, you know, time with them. Nope. There's beautiful love that's heading your way. All right. So that's what I got for you, beautiful Cancers. I hope that helps. Claim what's for you. Let go what is not for you. I sometimes recommend looking at the reading again, because sometimes when you look at something again, you get a new perspective of it, which you haven't seen before. Because as we heal, we open to new things and we see new things. For those of you that are open to a personal readings are pre-recorded. It's a video very similar to this. It's normally about an hour and a half in duration. I do a general reading for you, and then you can ask up to 5 questions as well. All the details are down below in the description. I need you to give me 3 to 5 business days to complete a real reading for you, though. You basically make a payment, you send me the proof of payment with your questions, and I send the reading back to the email address on which you send it for me. So please make sure that you send it from the email address you want me to send your reading to. Yeah, if you want to learn tarot, there's a link for my course down below. From my heart, namaste, love and light. Hope that helped. Remember to like, remember to subscribe. Beautiful, beautiful Cancer. I'll see you next time.